Hi, welcome to Clarinet HQ. So you've decided to buy a new clarinet or a new piece of equipment, and you're playing the new clarinet and it's shiny and you're thinking, I sound amazing. I should just buy this right now. But how do you know if it's the excitement of playing a new or a different horn or mouthpiece versus if it's actually making you sound better? We have a method for you so that you can figure those things out. It's basically just the scientific method, but I'll take credit for it. When you do an experiment, you only want one thing to change, okay? And that's called the variable. So if you are trying out new clarinets, the variable would be the clarinets. Everything else needs to stay the same. The mouthpiece needs to stay the same, the ligature needs to stay the same, and the reed needs to stay the same. All right, in an experiment, that's called the constant or the control. If, let's say, you are trying mouthpieces, okay, the mouthpiece is going to be the variable. So then everything else but the mouthpiece has to be the same. So you want to play on the same clarinet, the same ligature, the same reed, but the mouthpiece is going to change when you're trying out mouthpieces. So how do you actually know, though, if you sound better? Because you know what clarinet you're trying out. You know what mouthpiece it is if you're trying out mouthpieces. You need to have an impartial judge. So you want to find either a clarinet teacher or a band director or someone you trust who has knowledge in music and what a clarinet should sound like. You have them listen to you play different types of music, but it should be the same music with each clarinet that you try out. And your impartial judge will be taking notes on how you sound, and then you move on to the next piece of equipment or the next clarinet, and you play the exact same thing, okay, in the same way, and your judge takes notes, okay? And so at the end, after you've tried out the pieces of equipment, they can tell you how you sound on each individual one. So if I were going to try out mouthpieces, this is how my experiment would work. I would actually have my husband as my impartial judge because he happens to be a clarinetist. I'm very lucky in that way. So I will play on the same reed, the same ligature, and the same clarinet because the mouthpiece is going to be my variable. All right, I'm gonna have Mike come into the room, except he is going to turn around. So he's not actually watching me play. He's only using his ears. I am going to play the exact same thing every time I try a new mouthpiece. All right, because remember, only one thing should change. I like to play a full range F major scale so you can hear how it sounds across the whole clarinet. I will play a forte passage of music, I'll play a piano passage of music, and then I'll also play something that has different types of articulations. The great thing about this experiment is that you're able to share how it felt to play each of the mouthpieces, and the person that's listening is able to share how it sounds from a potential audience's perspective. So you can take that information and you can combine it to make an educated decision on which piece of equipment is going to be best for you. Don't forget to subscribe and like things and rate us on Spotify. I'm just kidding, you can't rate us on Spotify. But, you know, say hi on Instagram and stuff. And if you have any questions, post them in the comments. And happy clarinetting.